Good morning, people of Wagunda. How y'all doing? It's 9:14, probably the earliest video I've made in a long time, but you know, here we are. All right, so today's gun rant is on a question I saw in my last video. Somebody had asked, what should be my first AR? What brand? Well, if I give y'all one brand, I'll probably be crucified for that. But to be honest, I'll give you my buyer's tips, right? All right, for your first AR, there's no need to spend more than $1,000 or more on just the AR, like just the rifle platform, right? That's your first AR. It should be a learning curve, right? So honestly, my very first AR was a PSA rifle, right? It's cheap, they work, you know, you keep it clean, they work, and it's something to help build and train on. You know, on top of that, you know, if you get that cheap budget rifle, well, once you later on down the road, once you get that rifle you want, right? Now you still have that old AR, so now you can either help train somebody else, right? Or armor somebody else, so you know something happened. Or now you can just save your, you know, your good to go AR, right? And then take that cheap PSA AR and use that as a training rifle, so you're not putting so much mileage on your actual, you know, boss AR. All right, so when it comes to brands, if I had to give out brands, like I said, PSA is probably the cheapest I would go. I wouldn't go below PSA, right? You get an upper set for like less than $350, and you get a lower set again for less than $350. So for, you know, less than $700, you basically got your complete rifle, right? No, they come complete. So no, it has the gas system, it has the front sight post, has the lower with the trigger and the springs, detents, all that shit, stock and everything. There's no mags and ammo. But those you can get. It's not superly expensive, especially for mags. Ammo is not as expensive as it used to be. It's still out there. You know, people will be asking me, where do I get it? Where do I get it? The first thing you do is leave your fucking house and go out and find it. You know, it's not hard. Pawn shops, Academy, Google, gun stores near me, you know. Little things like that. But brands, PSA, when I go below PSA, Aero Precision makes a good brand, but the thing with that is it's kind of hard to get one of their complete rifles. Like if you're looking for a complete rifle, you might have to do a little venturing. No, you again, PSA, Aero, maybe. I know they're out of stock a lot. I was gonna say BCM. BCM is good, but you might be crossing that $1,000 mark, right? And then BCM kind of has trouble having stuff in stock. So yeah, it is really hard to give you guys you know, good complete ARs, because I don't buy complete ARs. I always buy parts. I always build my ARs. So to say what is a good AR brand, that's very subjective. You know, you find people, there'll be people in the comment section says, oh, I've had good luck with this, I've had good luck with that. You know, cool, that might be a good direction for you to take. But yeah, buying a complete AR, if it's your first AR, honestly, I'll probably just say go PSA. You know, get that cheap budget rifle, right? You get a PSA rifle complete under $600-700. You get you a MON-SUN 403B, MON-SUN 403C, 6 Sawyer Romeo 5, no, those sorts, right? Vortex, those optics are under $200, and they're still good. Might not be aim point, but they're pretty close, right? It's definitely gonna get you through a home defense, active shooter scenario. You know, if you drop it on the ground, it's not gonna lose zero. If it gets wet, it's not gonna just turn off, right? The battery life is actually decent on those, so that's good. Mags, just get Magpul mags. Don't overthink it, right? Flashlights. My preferred flashlight to go budget flashlight is a Streamlight HLX. Those are under $150 off Amazon, and it comes with a little mount. So if you have like a quad rail, you can mount that directly to a quad rail, or you just go to the store online and get you a M-LOK M-Mod, key mod, whichever rail you have, right? Adapter. So you got your little key mod or M-Lock locks that lock onto the rail, and up top of that mount you got your little pick rail. So you just mount your light to the pick rail. That works. So now you have a $700 rifle, a light for under 150, an optic under 200, right? You can get a sling easily under 50-60 bucks. I think what Feral Concept slings, which is my favorite slings, those are under 60 bucks, right, on their website. So again, when you look at the price, like right at $1,000 or a little bit over $1,000. Now instead of just having a rifle, and now you got to go buy the optics, the light, and the sling, you go get you the rifle for 700, get you a light for under 150, get you a sling for under 60, get you an optic under 200. Now right at that $1,000 mark, you have a complete working AR-15, right? You got your mags, optic, light, sling, ammo too, right? So right at $1,000, right, a little over $1,000. Now you're in the game. So that's why I would go PSA for your first AR. And my recommendation is that every Wagundan should know how to build an AR. AKs, if you're really one of those people, AK is a little bit more trickier. It kind of takes a bit more mechanical aptitude to learn how to build an AK. But as far as ARs, you can honestly, it's not hard to build an AR. It's easier to build an AR than it is AK. Based on my experience. So definitely every Wagundan should know how to build an AR. So once you get that cheap AR, that practice AR or whatnot, your first AR, you can kind of, all right, this butt stock wiggles around too much. I don't like that. What stocks out there that don't wiggle? Do your research, find them out. They're out there. Don't overthink buffer tubes. Just get a mil-spec buffer tube. Make sure you get the right spring for your gas system. If you're using a carbine length spring for a rifle length or mid-length gas system, you might have issues. And vice versa, if you're using a longer spring for a shorter gas system, you might have issues. May or may not. It might work. Like I know those Vitor, what is it? A5, I think. This is a little, you know what I'm talking about. I just can't really put words on the camera right now. I don't know. But that is like a rifle length spring for like a different type gas system, but that's kind of specialized. Just keep it simple, right? If gas system is like a carbine length gas system, then use a carbine length spring. Now, if you got a mid length or a rifle gas system, then use like a rifle spring. Uppers and lowers. I like to go to Mass Defense and get my uppers because they use ballistic advantage barrels, so 1 MOA guaranteed, so my barrel's gonna be accurate. They usually come with either M-Lock or quad rails, which I prefer. They have the gas system installed, so I ain't got to do it, even though I already know how. Barrels installed, everything in the upper is installed. You literally just buy the upper and then just place it on your lower, right? And the quality control is good. I never had a problem with Mass Defense on several of their uppers. But yeah, so all those things, definitely every Wagundan should know how to build an AR and have an AR that they've actually built themselves, like your dedicated AR, because only you know what you're really good with or what you want. How I set up my rifle is how I set up my rifle. You might be taller, shorter, bigger, skinnier than me, and so how I set up my stuff may not work for you. And that's the most important thing I want to drill in y'all's heads, is that find out what works for you, find out what works for you, find out what works for you. Not your favorite YouTuber. I know I'm your favorite YouTuber, but again, find out what works for you. Find out what works for you. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Your first AR should not be more than $1,000 for just the rifle, right? Again, PSA makes decent enough rifles to where if it's your first AR, you can get that and it'll still operate correctly, and you can still learn how to shoot, move, and communicate with that rifle. 16-inch barrel, fine. You can still do CQB with a 16-inch barrel. I don't know why everyone thinks you need a 3.5-inch barrel to do CQB. It's not true. People have been doing CQB for years with 16-inch rifles. All right, still happens to this day. So again, just get you a 16-inch rifle, get you an optic, light, sling, magazine, ammo, and then you go out and start training with it. And everything else will come later on. Plate carrier, the belt, magazines, all that shit, that'll come later. You can just slip a mag in your back pocket. It's not the most efficient, but it will work. You can just do that. Just head to the range and work on your carbine drills. Pap, pap, reload, pap, pap. Get those down. Malfunctions, definitely. Tap, rack, bang. Learn that stuff. Or is it called sports? Well, at least when I was in the military, it was called sports. Right? But it's basically kind of the same edition of tap, rack, bang, just a few extra steps and shit. So, hopefully that answered your video. Like, comment, subscribe. Put down comments. If you got realistic questions, not like, if the Russians are coming, what do we do? I don't fucking know, bro. Shoot back. That's about it. That's really all you can do. Is either you fight or you give up. So the results might be the same. You just might fight and die sooner, or just give up and die 30 years later as a slave. Which one do you want? I don't want to be a slave, right? So yeah. So leave your comments down in the question. Hey, Locs, what are good brands for plate carriers, or what are some things I should look into when I get my first plate carrier or battle belt, or what's the things I should think of when I'm building out my vehicle defense kit, things I need to have in my vehicle on an everyday basis. What should be some EDC items I carry every day, things like that. I want to help make y'all, I don't want to say soldiers. People be like, oh, he's making his own army, right? That's why I call it the Wagundan CDF, Civilian Defense Force, right? People don't freak out if I call it the Wagundan Militia. They were like, oh my God, they're back. Right? So definitely, so for the WCDF, the Wagundan Civilian Defense Force, put those questions down there. On top of that, thank you for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe. If you like the shirt, Armed Black Family shirt, you get it on the LocsNLoad website. So stay dangerous. LocsNLoad out.